What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a look at a bunch of cool One Piece cards. There's a bunch of new cards that have been revealed, a bunch of prize cards and things of that nature that we need to have a look at. And it starts off with what I believe are, for now, English exclusive prize cards, although we don't know if they'll stay that way. And we might as well start off with Nami. You see, we've got offline regionals coming in the near future. They are starting off on the 8th of March. And Nami is one of the promos. You actually get it for top 64. It is the first of the prize cards that's free we're going to be looking at. This is one of them. And look, I'm just going to put it out there. As a colorblind person, this is a blue card, but the border on these prize cards makes it kind of look purpley. And maybe it is blue, I don't know, I'm colorblind. But they've got to do something about the borders for these cards, making them look like other colors. It's confusing to me. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Either way, I've said my piece. But this is the Nami from OP09. And, I mean, look, firstly, it's very cool artwork. But secondly, we've now got an exclusive Nami prize card. And I'm going to go on a limb here and say there's probably a bunch of people out there that collect Nami cards. That seems like a fair prediction to make. Well, it's never been that easy, because, you know, we obviously had the Nami in Romance Dawn that is a very expensive card. And then we've had things like the Nami Special Rare, for instance. And then also the Nami Special Rare, for instance. And the Nami Special Rare. So I'm just saying, like, collecting Nami cards has always been a bit of a pain. They are just going and popping up the difficulty a little bit here. But this is a Nami that came around in OP09, and you'll notice it's new artwork. We had a version of Nami in OP09. We then had an alternate art of the Nami from OP09. This is neither of them. Although I should say, I say it's an exclusive card. It's exclusive as a prize card. Remember, this card has been released in Japan. I showed you this card the other day. There were actually two versions of this card. There was like a zoomed out and a zoomed in Nami. They're from that new Premium Booster 01 product I showed you the other day. So we've got a new version of it. And I'm just going to say, the regular version of the Nami is going to be super cheap. The other version might not be, but this version is definitely going to be super expensive. But it is a Nami from OP09. Which means we've got that skill whereby when attacking, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, find a blue event and add it to your hand. So basically it's just a way of searching out blue events. Why does Japan get it as a random promo with a new product and we have to go and get top 64 in an offline regional to get it? I don't know. But that's the way it is, so I suppose deal with it. But if you get one spot further than top 64... you unfortunately get nothing. But you get a finalist card set, but no new card. But if you make it one step further again and get to top 16, 2 wins further than Nami, you get yourself the Roanoa Zoro. Also, incidentally, the Zoro from OP09, which, if anybody's counting, actually didn't have an alternate art. We just had the one artwork of it. So if you wanted an alternate art, you were out of luck. Now what you got to do is go and get top 16 and offline regional, and boom! You're there, you're in! How hard can that be? The answer is, of course, extremely difficult. Sorry about that. Good luck. Frankly, good luck. And now this one doesn't look familiar, and I've had a good search around on like the card finder over on the Japanese website, etc. I'm not finding anything. I think this one might actually be brand new. But we've got a free cost 5k, and on play, you may return a Don card from your field to your Don deck to add a Don card from your Don deck and set it active. So basically, when you play, you get to swap a rested Don for an active Don. But of course, it will also activate any skills that are like when you put a Don card back into your Don deck. They will all activate here as well. So that is a little bit better than it might initially sound. And if you get one step further again, you get yourself Sanji. You get yourself your top 8 Sanji. Also, for what it's worth, from OP09. This one did have an alternate art first time round, so now we got 3 different versions of the card, and I'm going to leave it to you to figure out which one you like the best. This one, again, as far as I can see, is actually an exclusive artwork, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I'm sure Japan will get it at some point. Although, like we just saw with the Nami, just because Japan gets the same artwork does not mean it's necessarily going to be in the same way. We get the prize card, they get the random promo for Nami. So I do find that a little bit interesting. But yeah, Sanji. Who doesn't love Sanji, ladies and gentlemen? Who doesn't love Sanji? And like I say, I've had a good look round. I cannot find this card previously. It doesn't look familiar. If I've missed something, let me know in the comment section. But this is the one whereby on play you can return a Don card from your field to your Don deck to give yourself Rush and rest an opponent's character with a cost of 6 or less. Pretty cool card, honestly. Pretty cool card. So we've got your Nami for top 64, your Zoro for top 16, your Sanji for top 8. But they're not the only new cards we need to have a little bit of a chat about. They're the coolest ones. But over at Store Tournaments, we've got 2025 Volume 2 rolling, and we've got ourselves, well, 4 new pairs of cards. Because we got the tournament kit, and then we've got the winner pack, and it's the usual deal. There are 4 cards available, each in a regular and a winner's version, for whether you turn up or whether you win. So, if we have a quick look at the set of cards, we've got ourselves Rebecca. That's the coolest one for me. And you'll notice here that we've got a very similar thing to what we expect. We've got the alternate art, which Japan had a little while ago. It's an alternate art of the Rebecca from OP04. But then, of course, we also have the winner version coming in here, which is same basic artwork, but they've done the whole kind of monochrome character behind it and then the regular character in front, and they've got the winner stamp. It's the same card and the same basic artwork, but for want of a better phrase, they have gone and fancied it up a little bit. And to be fair, this Rebecca is actually a really good card in Dressrosa decks, because on play, well, it's your generic Dressrosa searcher. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, find a Dressrosa that isn't Rebecca, whack it in your hand, trash the rest. And actually, for these kind of skills in black, trashing the cards is the right way round, because black does play from the trash quite a bit. Okay, this is definitely my preferred one here, both in terms of playability, and because Rebecca is a very cool character. If you've not read the Dressrosa arc, might I suggest you do so. Now, speaking of cards that do some searching, how about Wiper? We got the regular, and we've got the winner version here. Again, this is exactly what we would generally expect. This is pretty standard at this point, but it doesn't make it any less cool. And this Wiper did actually have an alternate art back in OP08, so now we got a million different versions of it. I'll let you choose. But it's the one that's got counter plus 2k, that's a very good start. And you look at the top 5 cards of your deck on play, find an upper yard and put it in your hand, and then you get to play an upper yard from your hand. Very important here that you do not have to play the one you find. So if you've got one in hand and you find one, that's cool. But if you didn't find one, but you already had one in hand, well, then you can play that one even though you didn't find one. Very cool card. We've got the Scratchman of Pooh from EB01. Again, we got 2 different versions here. We got the regular and we've got the winner's version. And this card, back in EB01, it's one of those ones that didn't actually have an alternate art first time round, so we get a nice alternate art here. And it's the counter plus 2k, which is nice, and on play, rest an opponent's character with a cost of 2 or less. With these kind of promo cards, they do tend to give us ones which are borderline playable. I think the Rebecca is actually a really good card. I think things like Scratchman of Pooh, they're not these stunning cards that you have to play, but counter plus 2k and arresting when you play it, that's pretty gosh darn good. And then finally we got the Hongo from OP09, which if you're playing a Shanks deck might make you very happy. Again, we got counter plus 2k, and activate main, rest this character. If your leader is red-haired pirates, then you get to give one of your opponents minus 2k power for the turn. Which, you know, not bad. Again, I don't think it's the best card around, but certainly could be very nice in Shanks decks. These are cool cards. They give you a reason to go to tournaments. We've got alternate art cards and then winners cards if you do well. I really like that they're giving this to you for turning up to these tournaments because it gives you a reason to go to store tournaments. You don't just turn up and be like, oh, I get to play a few games. You get some cards. You get promo cards. Promo cards are good. And then, of course, we got these 3 new winner cards, which are awesome. But I've told you all that. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these new promo cards. Tell me which ones you want to be picking up. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.